I'm going to continue the lesson, Who Shall Be King? So, this is an English lesson for 3rd standard. So, till the last lesson we had read that the birds were fighting to become the king of the birds. The first was the peacock, then comes the owl, then comes the dove and the eagle, trying to prove their superiority one over the another. Now comes the vulture, page number 47. The vulture, who was really a foolish bird, shook his head. "A fine king you will make," said he. "Every bird is afraid of you. You are always catching and killing smaller birds and animals." So the vulture is foolish and he says, everybody is afraid of you and you will make a fine king because you are always catching the smaller birds and killing them. The birds looked at each other. Everyone agreed that for once the foolish vulture was right. However, they remained silent on the question as to who would be the king of the birds. Now they agreed what the vulture said was right, but nobody wanted to open their mouth and say that who is going to be the king of the birds in the forest. At last, the shy little sparrow spoke up. "Shall we have a race?" So that was the brain of the sparrow. So the sparrow says, "Let's have a race. The bird who flies the highest will be our king," he said. So the sparrow says, "Now we have a race on land, isn't it?" So the sparrow says, "Let's have a race and we'll see the bird that flies the highest will be the king among us." "Yes, yes, yes, a race," cried all the birds together. And with a fluttering, that is the noise that is made when they are beating their wings, and with a fluttering of wings and noisy chirping, the birds got ready for the race. So all of these birds who are here arguing for the position of king, they got ready for the race. Next page. A monkey with sharp eyes was to judge the race. So the judge here is a monkey. "On your marks, get set, go," shouted the monkey, and the birds flew up into the air. Higher and higher they rose up into the blue sky. So the birds were going at a very high speed, high and high and higher. However, the eagle flew swiftly and beat all the other birds. He flew up and up until he became a mere speck in the blue sky. So the eagle was flying at a very high speed and he rose higher and higher, and later on he could be only found as a small dot. Speck means small dot in the sky. The other birds gave up the race. They came down sadly. The eagle was to be their king. He would eat all the little birds and their babies. Now all the other birds were sad because naturally the eagle will be the king, and the sad part is the eagle will eat them and their babies. Now let's see what happens. The eagle came down to the earth. He was very proud of himself. "I am king of all the birds. I flew the highest," he shouted. So the eagle says, "I am the king now because I have flown the highest. All of you did not fly, you just came down and you are sitting. So I am going to proclaim myself as the king of the birds." Now there's a crux or a twist to the story. "No, you didn't," said a quiet voice. The little sparrow hopped off the eagle's back. "I was sitting on your back," he said, "and no matter how high you flew, I always flew a little higher." So that was the brain of the sparrow. Now you have to understand, the eagle flew very, very high, but the sparrow was sitting on the back of the eagle. So whatever height the eagle flew, the sparrow was say 2 or 3 inches or centimeters above the eagle, because the sparrow was sitting on the back of the eagle. So naturally the eagle cannot proclaim itself as the king of the birds. And that was how the clever little sparrow became the king of all the birds. So it's a small bird, but it's a very clever bird, and it is said to be the king of all the birds. The birds were very happy. Even today you can hear them singing as they go about their work, since they remain happy and joyous. So even today the birds were very happy that the sparrow was their king and they are safe. And now also the birds are very, very happy and they chirp and sing when they do their regular work. Now let's go on to the exercises on page 49. A. Read the sentences and write yes or no. 1. The owl dances when it rains. No. 2. The eagle is a very strong bird. Yes. 3. The dove is a cruel bird. No. 4. The eagle could eat the dove. Yes. 5. The monkey judged the race. Yes. B. Match the following groups of words in 2 columns to make meaningful sentences. 1 has been done for you. 1. The birds of the forest called a meeting. 2. The peacock was the most beautiful bird. 3. The eagle was the strongest bird. 4. The owl thought he was the cleverest bird. 5. The sparrow wanted the birds to hold a race. 6. A sharp-eyed monkey was the judge of the race. Next one, the sparrow sat on the eagle's back. 8th one, the birds were sad because they thought the eagle had won the race. 9th one, the eagle thought that he had won the race. And 10th one, the sparrow became the king of the birds. Let's go on to the next task on page 50. Answer the following questions. Why did the birds hold a meeting? The birds held a meeting to decide who would be the king of the birds. Why did the peacock think he should be king? Now the peacock thought that he should be king because he had a big colorful feathers and he could dance in the rain showing off his colorful feathers. 3. What did the eagle do to the dove? The eagle caught the dove by its head and tried to kill it, saying that it could kill all the small birds and so it should be king. Why did the vulture not want the eagle to be king? The vulture did not want the eagle to be king because the vulture was scared the eagle might kill the vulture too. 5th one, who won the race? How did he win it? The sparrow won the race, and it was very clever for the sparrow because he sat on the back of the eagle when the eagle was flying high into the sky, and that is how the sparrow won the race. Your homework will be to do A, B and C in the school notebook, your notebook I should say, and send to the school WhatsApp number. Thank you.